Hello and welcome back to a new episode in our Worst Weapons run of Ultimate General Civil War. And today we are going to fight the Battle of Bayou Fourche. We are going to bring our 4th Corps onto the battlefield, which is now under the leadership of George McClellan. He is a Lieutenant General and therefore I had to replace General Sherman with him. He has gotten the Defender trait, giving us good cover and melee bonuses. He is an Infantry Specialist, once more giving us a bonus on our melee damage, but also making us better at firearms and reducing our reload time. He is of course also a trainer, allowing us to gather more experience. We can bring 15 brigades onto the battlefield in total, and I've decided to bring 2 infantry divisions and 1 artillery division. All of our infanterists are armed with the Springfield M1842, with the exception of our farmers and reboard farmers. We're also going to bring 3 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances and 2 batteries of 6-pounder field guns. All of these batteries have been brought up to 20 artillery pieces each. As you can see, we have used up all of the available farmers and reboard farmers, and our 2 career points from the last battle were invested into training and into logistics. As you can see, the Confederate army numbers roughly 20,000 soldiers and 120 artillery pieces, and we are going to attack them with 21,900 soldiers and 100 guns. Meaning that we are going to slightly outnumber them in infantry, but we are going to be outgunned. We also have to attack over a river and up a hill, giving the Confederates very good defensive ground. Hopefully we are able to outflank them, otherwise we are going to take heavy casualties. The rebels hold a strong position north of the river. There are 3 available forts to cross the river here. At this section. And further up north. Part of your forces have landed on this small island and will soon join the attack. The main body of your army will attack from this direction. In order to dislodge the Confederates, you need to develop a cautious rather than a bold strategy. Good luck, General. The battle can begin and our soldiers are more or less organized. We're going to deploy a couple skirmishers to make sure this crossing is protected, and we are sending a skirmishing screen out over here to make sure we cannot get attacked easily over this direction. Our main body is going to approach over this road to make sure that we are not significantly getting slowed down, and after that I hope to break through Confederate positions over here. After that we can utilize this open terrain to attack the Confederate main force. We are of course going to take a lot of casualties and the terrain is very open, but it is better than to attack up this hill. Over here we have now received more reinforcements, so let's make sure that we deploy their skirmishers to figure out where the enemy is. And I hope that we can get those soldiers around this section, gather in these woods and then attack the enemy from here. We can see that Clark is over there with over 2,000 soldiers and our artillery has also just arrived. Unfortunately, these forces are not getting any supplies. McClellan is under attack. We have skirmishers over there. Let's get McClellan backwards. He has taken a few casualties, it appears. Let's get these skirmishers ready. And we can see that enemy artillery is rushing out. Where are our 10-pounders? We have a couple 6-pounders over there. We have our 10-pounders over in this direction. Let's order our 10-pounders to open fire at the moment. We have skirmishers over here that can engage the enemy. And I want these boys to, if possible, cross the river. Upton skirmishers, you have to rush out to be, you know, a little bit of a distraction. And these 10-pounders can also open up on the enemy over there. I doubt that we have the option to rush forward and quickly take out their artillery. But we have the option to attack those skirmishers. Reboard farmers and Whitting skirmishers need to engage. Let's get McClellan forward and the rest of our forces are soon going to arrive. Over here our skirmishers need to battle those skirmishers without withdrawing constantly. Upton skirmishers have almost made it. Let's give these boys the order to run. And these 10-pounders for a moment were able to shoot at those artillery pieces. Carroll is getting attacked. It appears they want to destroy our supplies. Okay, we were only able to get a couple hits off. Let's make sure our artillery gathers over here. Carroll, don't get yourself in danger, and these infantries now need to double time it to set up on the enemy. How is the situation over here looking? It looks like these skirmishers have withdrawn. Therefore, we are going to send these boys over here to make sure that we can move up on the enemy. Enemy artillery is still a problem, and they're going to flank us our entire march. Whittaker, I'm simply going to order you forward. The same goes with Hoffman. The rest of our soldiers are also still advancing. And so far these skirmishers are still holding quite well. We need to drive them back, and we're going to do that simply through our numbers. These skirmishers that we have already deployed are going to simply remain on their position. And let's make sure that we order these soldiers forward to take care of those positions. I hope to just move through the enemy and force them to retreat that way. Mahone and our reboard farmers, I think they will have to hunt down these skirmishers. They're most likely going to retreat to the northwest. We have 2 hours left for our engagement. Let's get our artillery forward. The main force over here can also push into the forest. Upton skirmishers need to remain on position. And I also want our farmers to remain on position. Enemy artillery continues to shell us, but we are unable to push because Clark and McRae are going to destroy anything that is in the area. Our movement is rather slow. Reboard farmers, are you able to open up? You have, yes, these skirmishers are now withdrawing. Very good. These artillery pieces need to move up as well. We have Muser's elite unit over there. And we can spot some supplies over there in these woods. We have to set up our artillery to make sure that we can drive away those elite soldiers. But in the meantime, we have to make sure that our soldiers are more or less guarded from enemy artillery fire. Let's get these skirmishers forward. We need to have our rear protected before we can effectively advance. And let's set up our forces. I doubt that we have the option to easily flank these guys. Let's make sure our rear is safe first, then we're going to bombard them to bits, and in the meantime we are going to make some moves on this flank. Let's get our boys closer to the enemy. McCord's skirmishers are going to move up on our sides. These artillery pieces are struggling to get over the water. There's Jeffers cavalry. We are able to open up a good salve on them. And if we're able to, I would like to get those supplies. So let's get some of our skirmishers forward to simply take care of those supplies. Our artillery is beginning to set up. These 10-pounders can battle Marshall. No, I think it's better if they move closer to the front line to blast away Massa. These 6-pounders are going to move up. Carroll is going to move up. McLellan is going to move up. How is this situation down here looking? We are still distracting Hawthorne. Our farmers are in the area. These boys are getting ready. We have some artillery down there that is shooting down on our skirmishers, but better on our skirmishers than on our infantry. I want McCord's skirmishers up here to make sure our flank is protected. And our artillery still needs to make it up that hill. Whitting skirmishers, you need to move through the enemy. Whitting himself also needs to move forward. McCord's skirmishers are moving up. Down here, our artillery is getting ready. Let's get our 6-pounders and 10-pounders to open up onto the enemy, and soon we are able to finally get our skirmishers reattached. Whiting is currently hunting these skirmishers who are routing, and soon they're going to get some additional supplies for us. Enemy artillery is still a massive problem, but we are unable to deal with that. Our artillery has almost reached positions, and we have found more artillery. I think we can replace our skirmish line. The farmer skirmishers are going to remain there, they're not the most effective, and we're going to get these skirmishers from Upton down. Our farmer skirmishers are able to attack Hawthorne. Our 6-pounders are beginning to set up. Very good, I want them over here. The 10-pounders also need to get closer to the battle line, and then we can finally begin. Unfortunately, these skirmishers are not yet willing to give up. Let's get Whiting forward. He is not allowed to shoot. We want those supplies, and we do not want to destroy them. Our rebound farmers still need to hunt down those soldiers, and we're going to get Mahone forward. Maybe we are able to hit the flank of Massa. We are dealing a couple good casualties, but not a lot. I also want Whitaker to attack and Hoffman to attack. I don't think we have the option to get on their flank over there. Maybe the reboards are able to do that. And supplies have surrendered. Wonderful. We desperately need those, and these skirmishers have also surrendered. I am certain that we still have enemy skirmishers behind our lines, therefore these skirmishers are needed in our rear line. Let's get the rest of our boys forward though. Reboards, you need to double time it, and we are most likely going to take a lot of casualties trying to dislodge this unit. Now, McCord, you are going to attack Hawthorne. The farmers are going to attack Hawthorne. Upton is going to remain in position. McCord is going to make sure that these cavalrymen are not going to attack us. Upton is going to get there. Our 6-pounders have reached their position more or less and can now open fire. McCord, you are going to get ready to charge over the river. Stafford is going to follow you. He is hopefully going to be able to help you. The reboards aren't able to open fire yet, but they can do so now. Whitaker, you just need to hold out for a little while longer. How is the situation over here looking? McCord and the farmers have not yet taken a lot of casualties. The majority of casualties have been sustained amongst our farmer skirmishers. To be more exact, Upton, you're going to push forward and hopefully get on the flank of Hawthorne. We know that they have more artillery over there, but we were able to dislodge Hawthorne from his position. Can we get the boys closer to the enemy side? McCord's boys need to focus down, or better, we are going to give this position to our farmers. They're going to rush down, hopefully isolate Hawthorne and make sure that he stays over this side of the river. The rest of our guys need to make sure we can get those artillery pieces silent. And I want McCord to charge if somehow possible. I'm going to send him forward for the time being, in the hope that this is going to make sure he's not getting way too slowed down by the water and way too exhausted. And then we're going to charge the enemy head on. We have flanking batteries over there. They are a massive problem, but we lack the necessary weaponry to quickly deal with them. We need to get McCord forward. His casualties are now going to mount up. Massa is taking casualties, but I doubt that he is going to fall back quickly. We have the Texas Cavalry and the Arkansas Cavalry in our rear. And we are now able to open up on these batteries. We know that General Price is down there and Hawthorne is also down there. Let's make sure that our farmers hold their ground, so that the enemy has to get into the water to get them. This way we should be able to isolate over 1,500 soldiers, but we have to be kind of careful with these artillery pieces. We're able to rout those guns. Let's get our men into better cover and let's get our remaining artillery forward. And now, McCord, you're going to charge. Hoffman, you're going to charge. Whittaker, move up over here on the double. Reboards, move up over here on the double. Stafford, move forward. Mahone, move forward. We were able to dislodge the enemy. Now we need to capitalize. Let's get everyone up. The captured supplies also need to move up. Carroll needs to move up. And I think these skirmishers can also move behind our lines. Are we able to get another good hit on those artillery pieces to make sure that they remain silent? And these guns need to move forward. And there are these skirmishers that I was worried about. Let's get these skirmishers into cover. And these boys can stop their pursuit and open up fire. Let's get everyone forward. We have most likely already taken a lot of casualties. Yeah, 3% of our army have already been lost. Upton and McCord are now taking more and more casualties, but so far the casualty count on this side of the front is not too bad. Over here we cannot easily be flanked. Our artillery takes a lot of time to get up to our lines though. Let's get McCord and Upton skirmishers back to protect us from the enemy cavalry. And over here we can see that Massa has taken a lot of casualties, down to 890 soldiers. Let's get our divisions forward. Our artillery needs to set up over here. We are going to distribute these soldiers later, once we have actually, made some good ground. Many of our men are already exhausted, but we were able to drive back those artillery pieces. I want our soldiers to open fire. We are getting into trouble down here. Maybe Upton is able to hit the flank of Tappan. If casualties rise too much, we will have to withdraw temporarily. And we need to get those artillery pieces forward further. Our farmers are not yet engaged. I would love to rush these skirmishers forward, but they would be torn to bits. And we are slowly beginning to set up. Let's get these boys forward over here. The rest can move up over here. And once our artillery is in place, we are going to attack the artillery battery under Bell, then get forward on Pagan, the flank of McRae, and after that the entire Confederate line should begin to crumble. We have to be worried about those cavalrymen though, and these artillery pieces are so exhausted, they make barely any ground. So far we're doing surprisingly high numbers of damage. And the morale of our soldiers is also still quite well. And I'm willing to send Stafford over. I doubt that he is going to do a lot of damage, but maybe together with Whittaker they're able to distract the enemy artillery. Whitting, you can stop running, and we are going to attack Bell's unit. Rebound farmers, open up on Massa. Ah, wonderful volley. And now get closer to the enemy. You don't have the most accurate weapons, you don't have the best reloadable weapons, but you're going to shoot massive loads of lead onto the enemy, and this is going to inflict heavy casualties as long as you get close enough. Move up there, and now open up on the enemy. What a nice volley. Now, how's the situation down here looking? We have encountered skirmishers, Stafford skirmishers. I want to attack the battery from Von Paul. McCord and Upton are taking casualties, so is the enemy. Morale is still looking rather well. Down here the enemy is not attacking. Our 10-pounders are getting closer. Very good. 6-pounders, I want you to gather over here. This is closer to the front. And we have repelled Bell's artillery. Now, Mahone, you're getting closer to Marshall. Stafford and Hoffman, you're going to attack Fogan. Whittaker, you're going to move up further on this flank. As soon as these guns are repelled, we're going to attack the flank of McRae. Up north, McCord and the reboards, you're going to further hunt down Massa. 6 pounders and 10 pounders set up over here. Carol, you are going to get on our right flank, the supplies on our left. These skirmishers can move behind these entrenchments. Stafford's men are retreating, the same goes with Whittinger. He is going to fall back within a minute. I was not expecting much from that attack. I really can't blame the man. Upton, you're going to fall back temporarily. The same goes with McCord. There's not really a lot that you can do from this position. Our 10 pounders are now finally opening up. Very good. Down here we are doing some damage on Pagan. Mahone is going to open up on Marshall. And our reborn farmers and McCord are able to attack Massa again. McCord, you're going to attack Massa. Reboards, you're going to move up over here to make sure that the Texas cavalry cannot outflank us. Witting skirmishers, you're going to get into these fortifications to protect our rear. The reboard farmers can be attached. Marshall's battery is now falling back. Very good. Mahone, you're getting closer on the side of McRae. Whittaker, you're also getting closer so that you can attack McRae. Reboards. And Hoffman, you need to wheel around on the double. The Texas cavalry tries to get our supplies. Skirmishers, move up over here. And now, Hoffman, you're getting flanked, I know. Open up on the Texas cavalry. Flank them as long as they themselves cannot do much. And there they are routing. You are now going to attack the flank of Tappan. Move back just slightly to make sure that your side is better protected. And now open fire. Reboards, you're going to move up over here. And we can see that Massa's fire is already dying down again. These supplies need to move forward. 10 pounders and 10 pounders, you're going to open up on this flank. 6 pounders, you need to open up on Pagan. These 10 pounders also need to open up on the flank of McRae. On this side of the battlefield, not much is happening. Let's order all of our guns to shoot into the rear of Pagan. This should hopefully allow us to break them a lot quicker. Whittaker is taking a lot of casualties. Mahone, luckily not. He is about to open up. Come on, Mahone. A good volley, even taking out a couple soldiers under barrel. Hoffman, are you able to get on the flank of Tappan, or do you need to get too close to the enemy? Down here, Massa's brigade is almost destroyed. There they are gone. The Arkansas cavalry is a thorn in my side. Together with the Texas cavalry, let's dispatch these soldiers to make sure they can't do too much. And it is once more time to send these soldiers forward. Let's hope they can break through. These skirmishers need to get ready again. And with that, we have opened up this flank on the enemy. Very good. Let's get Upton forward so that we can get on the flank of Parson. Pagan is taking more and more casualties. Hoffman, you're also going to rush on the flank. Reboards, you need to get forward. McCord is about to unleash on the Arkansas cavalry. The reboards are moving forward. They have lost their commander. Hoffman, you need to make sure that Tappan doesn't get back into his emplacements. Upton, you're also going to wheel around. This is temporarily going to open up your flank to Parson. But hopefully we are able to destroy Tappan before he can reorganize. It looks like he is getting back into his emplacements. It's not going to matter too much. Let's get McClellan forward. We have lost 10% of our force by now. We still can't get these skirmishers forward. But we are able to drive back Tappan again. Now let's focus our soldiers once more on the flank of the enemy. We can see the Arkansas cavalry is wavering, the Texas cavalry has fallen back. We could finish by now, but we have not yet reached our objective. Let's get Upton forward, let's get Hoffman down. I hope we have the rest of the day to finish that. Let's get Whiting to charge Pagan. With Hoffman arriving and Parson falling back, this should hopefully be enough. These artillery pieces need to move forward. Price is trying to get back to his soldiers. Hawthorne's infantry is still contained. Hoffman open up on Pagan. Upton, you need to move down. McCord is now going to take a lot of casualties, but he's also dishing out a lot of damage. Pagan has been repelled. Stafford and Whiting move in. Our target is Bell's artillery. After that, McRae's rear is exposed. These artillery pieces, I want them to focus on McRae. McCord is outnumbered. He is almost out of supplies. Let's hope with some captured supplies we can deal with that better. Upton is getting flanked because he left fortifications. Let's get him forward. And where is our general? McClellan, get up here. Supplies, get closer to the front. Carroll, I'm going to send you down. Down here, McCord is still unleashing on the Arkansas cavalry that is apparently unable to retreat. The rewards are staying in the area. Tappan is not willing to attack. Our 6-pounders can get closer to the front. The same goes with these 10-pounders. McRae is doing an amazing job holding back a much superior foe. Hoffman and Whiting get into the fortifications. Mahone and Whitaker need to move forward. They're moving on the double. Stafford, move forward. We can see Tappan moving up. McCord, get closer to the river line. Reboards, you have to reshift. These artillery pieces need to get closer to the front. McClellan, get closer to the front. Stafford, you are going to get into fortifications, and we are now capturing our objective. We are pushing back the enemy. McCord, hold. 10-pounders, set up. 6-pounders, set up on McRae. Hoffman, open up on McRae. Upton, open up on McRae. We are now securing Bayou Fourche. We need to hold it for 15 minutes. Down here, Hawthorne tries to push. Our farmers need to withdraw temporarily. And now they need to hold their ground again. Hawthorne is now getting lured closer to our forces. But his guns have the superior range. And now he is getting into the water. Farmers, get ready. Open up. Very good. We have McRae falling back. Pagan is wavering. Whiting is not able to shoot, but these soldiers are. Very good. How's the situation over here looking? The Texas cavalry tries to do something. Let's get these skirmishers further into the rear of our artillery. Reboards, move forward. McCord, move forward. These skirmishers need to move down slightly. And thanks to Stafford, we should be easily able to repel those cavalrymen. And now we are using the Confederate defenses against them. Pitbull is now in the area. Peasants, skirmishers are going to take damage. Carroll, stay. And these skirmishers can move forward. 3 more minutes to hold, maybe the battle, and then maybe we are able to inflict a lot more casualties. Mahone, you're going to shift slightly to make sure Whiting might also be able to open up. Clark has been repelled. And the battle is over. Today we brought 18,800 infantry onto the battlefield together with 100 guns. And all in all we have suffered roughly 2,600 casualties. On the Confederate side they had 14,800 infantry and 2,100 cavalrymen. They also had support by 120 artillery pieces. At the end of the battle, over 4,000 of their infantry have been killed or wounded. The same goes for 470 of their cavalrymen. 46 of their artillery pieces were destroyed and 112 of their soldiers surrendered. We have achieved our goal. And our best units were McCord with over 900 kills, followed by Upton with 767 and Mahone with 673. And the highest casualties were sustained under Whitaker, who took 501 casualty. After that comes Stafford with 408 and Upton with 326. Amongst our officer corps, Louis Hazen has been promoted to colonel and Eugene McCord got promoted to brigadier general and Patrick Wilcox got wounded. After the battle, we were able to rescue 34 of our farmers and 101 of our reboard farmers. And we were able to get our hands on 2 Sharps Model 1855, 454 Tyler Texas, 337 Harper's Bay M1855, 8 12-pounder howitzers, 136 sawed-offs, 101 hunters, and 18 pattern 1861 Enfields. After the fight, we got an additional career point and 5 reputation, as well as $100,000 and 6,300 fresh recruits. Also, our prisoners got exchanged for 115 additional recruits. Our force core is still looking quite well and only needs a few reinforcements. Our 10-pounders and our 6-pounders are now 2-star batteries, and in this fight we have actually received more reinforcements than we have suffered casualties, meaning that we are now stronger than before. Next episode we have to fight in the major battle of Chickamauga, but this has to be it for now. I thank you all for watching and I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.